hospital workers here at ORMC and local city leaders will discuss how they handled the Pulse nightclub shooting. This neighborhood used to be filled with water. In fact, we were out here last Wednesday doing our early morning live shots, and I was wearing rain boots just to show how much water was in this area. They will walk here to the daycare demanding justice.
Breaking news.
He was rushed here to the hospital last night around 10 o'clock with Officer Matthew Baxter. Both men were shot in the line of duty. There's an International Speedway sign right there. You can see how fast this wind is blowing. There are some hot spots still burning in this wooded area behind me. I want you to take a look because you can see the smoke. We got to pan over here a little bit to the left. Look at this, a shopping center completely flooded. We are getting a much better view of this accident, and it appears to be very serious. This is a shot from our camera on the roof of our truck. As a person who covers a lot of stories in Daytona Beach, I can tell you that it looks like a different town. I know that Michigan was out of power. There was a lot of downed trees in the roadway, so we hope that later today we can take a look at some more of the damage and give you guys an update. We'll be out here throughout the morning. This county saw extensive damage. The county reported over $60 million in damages, and they're still recovering. 192 is currently closed in both directions. You can see the fire line that has been set up. Sergeant Sam Howard is in grave condition this morning. The police chief says he may not make it. He was rushed here to the hospital last night around 10 o'clock with Officer Matthew Baxter. Both men were shot in the line of duty. Kissimmee's police chief Jeffrey Odell called this an ambush-style shooting. The timeline of events starts around 9:27 last night. Sergeant Sam Howard and Officer Matthew Baxter responded to a call in this area of Cypress and Palmway Streets. 5 minutes later, at 9:32, a 911 call comes in for shots fired in that area. Officers soon found both men lying on the ground with gunshot wounds. They were rushed to the hospital, but sadly, Officer Baxter died.
It was just what appears to be a consensual encounter. A get out, check. Nobody was being placed in handcuffs. Just check on you. Do you belong in the area? Do you live here? If all things check out, the officers would have been on their way. Odell
says he believes they caught the person who pulled the trigger. 2 other people are also in custody. Authorities now looking for a 4th person. Odell says it has been 25 years since the department lost an officer in the line of duty.
It's getting tough to do the job that we've all sworn to protect and uphold and maintain livable neighborhoods, keep people safe.
Sergeant Sam Howard has been with the department for 10 years. Officer Matthew Baxter was on the force for 3. He had 3 young kids and was married to another Kissimmee police officer. Sergeant Howard also has children of his own. We're told his family and other officers have been here at the hospital since they heard about the shooting last night. For now, reporting live in Kissimmee, Christina Jensen, back to you. Nearly 24 people walked for 2 miles, and they ended up at this facility. Now, they were holding signs while they were walking. Some of the signs have been left behind. This one says, "This could have been you." Justice from hell. In the hot sun,
what do you want? Justice.
Friends and family march for justice and peace. The walk starts off with a prayer in front of the house where Miles Hill once lived.
And God, we know we're marching for a purpose.
That purpose is to raise awareness.
And parents go to work and they see their little 3-year-old, running to that daycare. Most parents take a deep breath. They say, okay, I can go to work. I don't have to worry about my baby.
Pastor Stovall takes the lead, walking with the megaphone in hand. About 30 minutes later, they end up at the daycare facility where the 3-year-old was found.
And we really appreciate all the love.
To end the walk here helps the family grieve, but it's also a time for them to raise awareness.
We want those daycares to be held accountable for when they get the parents' kids.
DCF has shut down this daycare center after the 3-year-old boy was found dead, and you can see the memorial right behind me has been growing every day. For now, reporting live in Orlando, Christina Jensen, News 13. This county saw extensive damage. The county reported over $60 million in damages, and they're still recovering. Currently, county officials are monitoring the water level at Shingle Creek, which overflowed into homes like the one that I'm standing in front of.
It was disheartening, but I just was giving it to God and say, you know, what will be will be. We have no control of what's happening. All we have control is how we react to it.
Cindy Cotter's response to Hurricane Irma. She's a survivor, not a victim. As she stood in ankle-deep water, she told me how she's been able to do that.
We've had so many people ask us if we needed help, so you know, we are blessed.
Although she's worried about the cost of the damages, she remains hopeful that she will receive help from FEMA.
We just gotta wait. It's a wait and see. I cannot bring my son, you know, be exposed to any of this.
She applied for federal assistance just last night. She tells me it was fairly easy, but it took some time because she had to file a claim with her insurance company first. FEMA said you must do that in order to be eligible.
They have no power, they have no phone, so we come to them because FEMA doesn't want anyone, regardless of whatever their needs are, functional needs are, to not be able to get access to what they're entitled to.
Once you register, it could take 10 days for FEMA to inspect your home for damages. The amount you receive will depend on that inspection. Now, it may take some time for these teams to get to your neighborhood. If you don't happen to see them, you can contact FEMA. The number is 1-800-621-FEMA. For now, reporting live in Osceola County, Christina Jensen, News 13.